he has tunnel vision when it comes to Kiara about redeeming himself. And because he has so much ego, he has to make sure that he feels better about how he left her. Hey, everybody. Hi. Oh my God, y'all. Okay, so I'm so excited that I'm back. Like, I didn't know that they were gonna be gone for a week. So I've been extremely excited to get back to doing this review. Listen, though, y'all running up those numbers, okay? Y'all running those numbers up, and I am extremely grateful for it. And if you're new here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, subscribe, please, please. I promise, I'm a good time, okay? My goal for the month of May is 100 subscribers. It's been my goal since January, but the fact that y'all running these numbers up the way that we can do this. So, share it, like it, comment, subscribe it, let YouTube know I'm out here doing a good job, okay? We trying to tap that algorithm, okay? So we are back for season 4, episode 6, Opposites Attract. Y'all, I'm not gonna front. I wasn't feeling it. Was not feeling it. I wasn't feeling it because I feel like they trying to, separate my auntie and my uncle. And if y'all don't know who that is, catch that playback. But yo, Joel and Vernicia, I need this to work. Okay, so let's get to it, shall we? All right, guys, so I took these notes yesterday. It's been super busy in my life, a little crazy in my life, but we're gonna go off of what I have here because I always make sure I take like detailed notes just in case something like this in my life happens. So forgive me if I miss some details, and of course drop it down in the comments. Let's talk. Y'all know I respond back, so let's do it. First of all, let's talk about Alexis and Ron on the golf date. Okay, why she dressed like a Victorian b-boy dancer? Like, what she got on? Like, I feel like all she was missing was a powdered wig, y'all. Like, what is this? I was so annoyed. I was like, this can't be real life. And if she has friends, shame on y'all. Y'all agreed to that. Y'all agreed to what she had on, and that's not okay, because I already know I have girlfriends, and when I'm about to wear something, I always listen. I get the second opinion because I'm not trying to go out here looking crazy, and that is what sis did. She stepped out looking like she was looking. But anyways, so the golf date, it was cute enough. You can definitely tell that they are compatible. And like I said in my video before, Ron wants someone who's going to validate his feelings, and Alexis is all about pleasing her man, making sure he feels validated, okay? Y'all didn't say a lot about that. Yeah, we were really talking about Tressa and Chris, but guys, if y'all like just study their language, how they speak, even when they're not amongst each other, what they both provide in a relationship is what they need. So that's why I know in the background and production and all of that, they made it for this. Like, they made it to where those two are gonna be together. Mark my words. So the way when she came in to hug him and he picked her up, I was like, they are made for each other, guys. Like, I was happy for them, especially for Alexis, because I feel like because she has really great confidence that she likes the pick of the litter, right? She likes to go for to the top, and that's great, right? That's great. But you got to start picking up when, the signs of they don't want you, because her and this AJ business, and then Jason, it's becoming uncomfortable to watch. And when I saw them embrace the way that they did, I was like, oh yeah, that's it. Like, they are for each other. And the fact that he is, you know, this attracted to her, this affectionate to her, really opening up to her, love that. Want that to continue. Like, I want them to, you know, move forward and continue what they have, because just from them talking, it's really great that they exchange numbers and they talk off of the camera, because I feel like that'll strengthen the bond, and that's with any couple on this show. So I was like, okay, love it. Okay. Now, Alexis with this number one talk. I just want to make sure you're my number one. I'm your number one, because I just want to make sure. Y'all, please tell me, are you tired of hearing that number one talk? Like, even though he's not playing into it with her, like I said before in my last video, this number one talk men can use against you. Like, they can use that against you, and then you have your time wasted. So you may want to stop with the worrying about number one, am I your number one? Like, maybe you should stop worrying about that and just play the field, play your part. Like, and I hate to make it sound like it's like she has to diminish herself, but what I mean is, you know who you are, hone in on your femininity, use it, because you're gonna attract what's for you. So it's like, stop all this worrying about your position, because if you confident, then you know you got it in the bag, right? Okay, let me know if I'm wrong. So when Ron was in his confessional and he was talking about Alexis, and even when they were together, I noticed something, and I don't know if y'all noticed, but he's really goofy. Like, it's like he unlocked a goofy side of him, because this whole time he's been playing it cool, suave, whatever, right? Especially when it came to Chrysanthemum and what's the other girl name? Stacy. But when he's around her, he has that really goofy laugh. You know, and I was like, yo, like, that's great, because that means he's being his authentic self. But you know, it was a little scary. But being in relationships, like really long relationships, you start to let more and more walls down, and you can be your authentic self once you feel safe to do so. And that is exactly what's happening here. So I'm here for Alexis and Ron. They are a match made. I love them together. I want them to be together. I want them, whatever they are trying to achieve in the romantic parts of their lives, I hope they get it. So when she was saying, you know, you got princely vibes, take charge attitude, that basically proved what I said in the last video. She validates him, and he was eating it up. If you just watch his body language and how receptive he was of that, you can tell, like, she was doing exactly what he wanted. And ladies, I'm telling you now, if you listen to your partner, or listen to the person that you're actively trying to get into your space, and you just sprinkle that around and implement it a little bit, you got them. That's it. Because as humans, we want our dopamine to stay, right? We want the dopamine in our brain to stay. So once we're having our egos, you know, fed, or, you know, ego stroked, or once we're doing something that makes us happy, we want it. We want to keep that around. You know what I'm saying? That's why drug abusers, child. Anyways, so but yeah, we continue to do that to keep the dopamines going in our brain, to keep us happy. she's doing that. Now, I don't know if she's actively doing it like purposefully, but it seems as though she is, because sis got him. She don't even know. Like, she don't even know. Just the way she speaks life into him, the way that he yearns for it. Because remember, in the previous episodes, he's always talking about how the other person feels about him is how it's so important to him, things like that. So, Alexis, if you want him, honey, you got him, you know? Anyways, ladies, I got them gems. You too, man. Pick up on what I'm putting down, okay? So another couple points that I want to, speak about with Alexis and Ron is she keeps talking about AJ. Child, first of all, he's a problem this episode. But AJ don't want you, sis. Like, when they went on that first date, that was just, it was a train wreck. And how he was so resistant towards her. His body language showed that. Even the way that he was speaking in his confessional about, she's just way too aggressive, because she was talking about, her sexuality and talking about sex, and I just want her to not think that he wants her, not unless we're being shown something that the producers are trying to create a narrative for, and they're not showing us, the other interactions, because it's like what you all are showing is he don't want you. And it's like, I hate when I see women who are steadily going after people who don't want them. Oh my God, that was me. That was me at one point, and that's why I hate it. I hate to watch it, because it's like, you don't want to be, or you don't want to be with anybody who doesn't want you, for one. Two, you don't want to show it in front of people, because it's so hard to watch. It's like, no, it's like a train wreck, and all you can do is stare, and just, even though it's really bad, you can't get your eyes off of it. And then, it's just super embarrassing to watch. Like, I get that secondhand embarrassment, and I don't like it. I just want her to focus on Ron. Like, I understand she has a game to play, but and the last thing that I wanted to point out is when Ron was talking about moving forward, and he used the term couple. What I've learned about men in my very short time of being on this earth, men are very plain. And when I say that, because I'm trying to find the term, when I say plain, I mean they're straight to the point. They don't have a lot of, straight to the point. Women are more about details and things like that. So when men speak, it's kind of like, I'm just straight to the point, especially if it's something that they want. And when he used the word couple, I was like, oh no, he locked her in, because the way that they were speaking about, being in a relationship, it was in the fashion of, where are we going from here? And when he used the word couple, I was like, oh, he's made this up in his mind. Yeah, this is his girl. He's already made it up, So I was like, okay, Ron, okay, because I wasn't really focused on Ron per se, but this episode really painted him in a better light. Next. All right, so the next day, Amber and AJ. So, y'all, I told you, like, I'm gonna be rolling my eyes talking about AJ, because I've been around guys like him, and to be honest with you, he does a disservice to the male population. Like, and when I say that, it's like, once you run across a man like him, if you ever, like, he gonna play with you. He gonna play with your feelings. He gonna play with your mind, because he's just full of games, and he needs to grow up a little bit more, you know, before he decides that he's ready to love. So anyways, I like Amber, okay? Amber is really coming out of her shell, which I absolutely love, because she's a beautiful woman, and you can tell that she went through some stuff just about her aura. And when she was talking to AJ, she just cut straight to the, you know, to the BS. Like, listen, I'm gonna call it like I see it. You're not approachable, you're arrogant, and you got that, like, I'm the prize energy. And she wasn't having it. Even when he said, oh, it validated everything that she said, because in his confessionals, he's just like, yeah, you know, I've never really hung around Amber, so today I'm gonna give her some time. Who are you? Aren't we all, like, aren't you on this show ready to love? That means you are opening up your options, not figuring out who you can, you know, give your time to today. Like, I just didn't like the way that he said it. And I was just like, dude, like, who? He's one of those ones, like Rick James was saying on Fire and Desire. I really thought I was a gift to women. I was God's gift to women. He also said, you know, she said I was arrogant, but, you know, it's just my confidence. My confidence can be mistaken as arrogance. First of all, even if you're a confident person, you can still remain humble. Those two things can exist in one place. You can do it at the same time. So even though you are attractive, you know, or you may be at a certain stature, social wise, monetary, you know, whatever, you can still be humble, because God will humble you. So maybe you need to bring it down a couple notches before you get humbled. And I feel like, honestly, that's kind of what happened in this episode. Like, you got humbled, because it's one thing to have all of your ducks in a row, look good, you treat your body good, you look like you take care of yourself, you look like you handle business, and you're ready to offer that to someone and have a union. But it's another damn thing to think, oh, well, I'm Mr. Untouchable, but I guess I'll have time for you today, so we'll see what you can do. You know, like, dude, who do you think you are? And this episode was a clear indication of, okay, you keep playing like that, you're gonna get your ass cut. So I'm glad that Amber told him like she told him. She, like, straight no chaser. Like, I'm not about to smile and be like, okay, can you please? No. She told you straight like that, and I'm glad she did. So we have Chris and Chris. Chrysanthemum and Chris go on a date at, it looks like a seafood bar. I think I've tried to make reservations at that place, because it's a brunch place here in Houston. And child, it's cute, but the coin that they want just to book a brunch there, maybe later on in life, you know, when I'm balling out of control. But woo, it's cute though. You definitely paying for the scenery, because it's actually really beautiful. So anyways, I got off. So the date that Chrysanthemum and Chris had was a clear indication of no chemistry whatsoever. Like, there was nothing. And those are very attractive people, but nothing. But the thing that I did write down in my notes was there was a trauma bond that they had. Again, I don't know if you noticed, I'm weird, okay? And when I'm watching things or I'm doing things, I notice things on a very spiritual level. And they definitely had, you know, the similarities, just like Amber and Chris has. That trauma bond, it's how they come, you know, that broken home bond that they have. And it definitely leaves a spirit on you when you come from a background like that. And somehow, you know, you'll be meshed together, even though they weren't bonded, you know, on a romantic level. They definitely were able to connect and empathize with one another. So that was pretty cool to see. They looked like they would make really cool homeboys and homegirls, but they definitely weren't like on that on that like, oh yeah, let me try to child. There was no chemistry whatsoever. It was definitely like, hey, I never got to sit down and talk to you. Let's talk. Let's just kind of, you know, talk about the experience we're having on this show, but it's really not y'all know. When he said, oh, you know, I'm gonna just read the energy off of you. And I love him for this. He's like, let me just read the energy off of you. Right now, you're kind of like 70-30. You're like, oh yeah, you know, he's cool or whatever, but 30% is like, nah. Chris, I'm here to tell you, it's 100% nah. Sis is not into you. Reading their body language, no. Like they were so far apart. It's just like, even in the panorama, if you feeling somebody, you're gonna be in their space, you know, or you're gonna try to touch, you know, even if it's a touch on the hand or touch on the shoulder or whatever, you're gonna make some type of physical contact to let them know, like, I want you. Child, no. Chris is sold on Amber, just like he was in the last season, sold on whoever she was. I didn't watch it, still haven't watched it. I'm waiting for my life to not be crazy. So, you know, so it's just like, bruh, just say you're sold on Amber. And he, you know, he says that in his confessional. This date with Joe and Amber. I'm so mad about it, y'all. I'm mad. Y'all not mad with me? Like, tell me if you mad, leave the angry emojis. And if you have the angry emojis with the bleeped out mouth because he cursing, put that one instead. I like that one because I was mad. I was like the whole time, just attitude. Like, oh, and he was so giddy when he came over there with his southern charm. He was, hey, then can I come and kiss you on the jaw? You know, and it, you know, honestly, that reminded me of my grandpa, because my grandpa, he was a southern gentleman. He was straight out of Louisiana. And that's how they greet you, child. They come and let me kiss you on the jaw, you know. So that was really, that sent me home when he said that. But child, I'm like, you ain't giving Vernicia all that energy. You need to calm down while you cheating on my auntie. Like, oh, I was just, oh guys, the frustration was real on my part. But date was cute enough. I could definitely get, you know, sugar baby, sugar daddy vibes. And Amber she's so cute. So the whole time she was on the date, just watching her smile the way that she was, I was like, you better bet them eyelashes. Even though she is well-to-do, that don't mean she can secure more money in the bag, honey. So I was like, oh, okay, girl, I'm watching you. But the fact that, you know, she doesn't have kids, and him asking her, like, would you feel comfortable, you know, being, you know, playing that role? And she was just like, I'll never be able to replace her, but, you know, I don't mind being a mother figure. That was very honorable, because I know a lot of people who don't have children aren't interested in being with people who have children. That's actually a hang up of mine that I'm trying to get over, because it's just like, oh, you know. Anyways, so Joel opening up about remarrying, that was really honorable. I love that he's open in a space of like, I am willing to remarry, because I mean, I can't imagine losing a spouse, especially at that time in their lives where they have young children, and having to go through the emotional turmoil and having to be emotionally strong for your children and your spouse while they're going through what they're going through, and then have them die. That seems like a whole lot to deal with. And the fact that he's like, I'm willing to continue to give love a chance and still find a love of my own. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I commend Joel for that. And I think that's why he is stealing America's heart, because he is just like, yeah, that's I still want love. Like he's still championing love. And I think that is just absolutely beautiful. He is like a diehard for love, clearly. Amber's stuck on Chris. Bottom line, she is stuck on Chris. I want Joel, Uncle Joel, and Auntie Vernicia to just stop playing, go elope, so they can be my auntie and uncle and have me over for food and, you know, singing Negro spirituals. Because listen, they just mesh. But she ended up kissing Joel on the cheek and was like, I feel bad for kissing him. And I was like, because you already feel connected to Chris. Like, this mix up on this episode, I just was like, you know, I just didn't like it, because it didn't seem like there was any real connections. Disagree with me if you want, respectfully, because I am the one to block. I seen a couple comments on my last video on the review that I wasn't necessarily happy with, but it wasn't too outlandish to where I was just like, block. But I will. Next, Liz and Jason. Jason, get off that lady. He's like a little horny dog, just wanting to hump. Just hump. He want to hump. Like, oh my gosh. But Liz in that bodysuit, okay? She is goals for me. Understand me? Like that body, yada, 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 yada. That body in that bodysuit, honey. I ain't see no garment underneath, no girdle, no waist trainer, no nothing. Like sis was snatched. Okay, let's say it one more time. Snatched. Okay. She looked amazing in that bodysuit. And then she got her hair all, you know, straight and pretty like she had at the ball. And oh my goodness, Liz, she do Pilates. Anyways, so they were at the aquarium, which I love the aquarium here in Houston, y'all. It is so beautiful. Now, the first time I was introduced into the aquarium, it was in Kima, which is off the coast. But they built one downtown Houston. And guys, it is so beautiful. If you're in Houston, or if you ever come to Houston and you want like somewhere nice and elegant to eat and have sightings and be able to touch the stingrays or go look at the white tiger, you know, things like that, go to the aquarium. So nice. And the food, okay, chef's kiss. Okay. Anyways, so the date with Liz and Jason. Child, every time I see Jason and Liz now, it's just like, I can't get that humping dog out of my mind, because it's just sexual energy with him. And again, just talking about how long Liz was single for, and you know, she is like, she's just oblivious to seeing that homeboy just want to smash. You know, like, especially with her being older, him being younger. I know that with guys in my community, when they see a, you know, an old cougar looking as good as she does, they just want to smash and maybe benefit off of your benefits. Like, it's just like, nah, bruh, like, leave that woman alone. Like, Go be with Kiara. Like, that's your speed. Leave her alone. Let her get with the more mature man. Now listen, I know that her and David have ties together. They've connected, but I don't even recommend David with his his emotional needs. I didn't even see David this episode. Where was David? Anyways, but Liz, she was just telling him about how she feel about like sex before marriage, right? And he was just like, oh yeah, whatever, you abstinent or you celibate or whatever your process is, baby, I'm there. Like, I'm gonna walk with you along the way. I'm gonna wait on you. But then once you tell her that, you go and kiss her. You don't know what that woman's triggers will be. Like, when I think of somebody saving themselves or being abstinent or being celibate, some people make exceptions and they're just like, okay, kissing's fine, whatever. But you don't know what her limitations are, and you go and kiss her. I know that when they were talking with the ladies, she was just like, it's just a peck on the lips, but it was kind of like he just put her in the position to receive it, And I'm just like, oh, Liz, stop letting him do that to you. Wow. Ugh. Yeah, like, that's a red flag, sis. Red flag. Liz, call me about your trainer. Next. AJ and Kyra's date. Very cute. Again, very cute. He took her on a nice date. Child, nephew Tommy was like, oh, his debit card working. Like, that was hilarious. The private room, I could tell that was downtown Houston. Downtown Houston is just sexy, okay? I'm not saying that just because I'm from here. It's a vibe. Like, if you go out there on a date, talk about feeling sexy, okay? Anyways, she pulled up in that pretty BMW. She looked good. Kiara is a very beautiful girl. The date, though, with AJ, very alarming. I feel like his focal point now, that because Kyra's on the show, is redeeming himself. I don't think it's because he's not expounded on anybody else. He's not looked for anybody else. He's not, and it's not even on a connection thing. It's just, he's just not giving anybody the time of day. But with Kiara, he's just zoned in. Like, he has tunnel vision when it comes to Kiara about redeeming himself. And because he has so much ego, he has to make sure that he feels better about how he left her. You know what I'm saying? It's not even the fact of like, I'm trying to redeem myself so that you can have faith in me that I'm a better man, or, it ain't even that. He's literally just like, I'm about to pull out all the stops so this woman knows that, I'm about that life. And it's like, why are you on this show? And we'll dive deeper on why I asked that kind of question. So they played Never Have I Ever. And honestly, that game didn't seem like it was much to dive into, because I don't think they asked like any risky questions worthy of showing on TV, except the cheating thing. But that wasn't even a topic of conversation afterwards. It was about trust. And here's the thing. I know that when you are actively dating and you're dating with a purpose, you're taking a risk every time, right? You putting your skin in the game, because you don't know who that person is. You don't know them well enough to know what their intentions truly are until you are steadily going down this journey with them and you're learning, you know what I'm saying, who they are. When he said he was afraid to trust and love, and I'm like, why are you on the show? Like, why are you on the show? And literally, as soon as he said that, I was like, he's afraid to risk it. And being in a relationship is a risk. For one, it's an investment. It can be a business investment, time investment. Like, you're investing a lot on a relationship alone. So you have to know, this is what I truly want, because everybody has a different reason why they want to be in a relationship, and it's to benefit themselves. Okay. So it's like, all right, you saying you afraid to love and trust. It's just like, why the are you on the show? Kiara was being very adamant about communication, and I think that's great, because communication is the number one reason a relationship will end or make the relationship better. It's a make or break. And she just kept reiterating herself about communication, because she's saying, like, you have to be communicative and be upfront about what you feel. And if you're not communicating effectively, then the relationship is gonna, be defeated. It's gonna end. And she made a very valid point. But I don't know, Kiara. I think I would stick with Jason if I was you, sweetheart. Get him back in your, space, because AJ just want to redeem his damn self. Okay? So, hate me if you want. Respectfully. Next. So the date with Vernicia and Dietrich. I wish Tressa would have had the same approach as Vernicia. I'm seeing through your bullshit. I'm not going to eat the shit that you are shoveling me. I'm not going to do it. In this date, you could tell that he was trying to force a connection with Vernicia too. And I was like, so you really not feeling nobody on here? Like, honestly, I do feel like he was feeling Tressa, but because of outside influences, they had to make probably an executive decision, because I call them producer plants. When you have people on a show, but y'all know who's gonna work, who's gonna match, who's gonna fit, and you have to have extra people who's gonna give you good quality TV that you're gonna later on eliminate, because like, even sidebar, Flavor Flav, Flavor Love, right? So Delicious was the one who won. You could tell that Delicious was his type, but you had all these other great characters who was going to give you great content. And of course, you can't put 5 women on a reality show like that. You got to have more women so you can have more content. You can have more viewers. There can be more laughs. And you know what I'm saying? It'll be a successful show. And that's how I feel like that's what happens with this type of show too. You have producer plants or producer seeds. So, and I'm sorry guys, if you can hear the difference in my mouth. I actually have a toothache. And it's making my mouth feel like it's going this way. Anyways, that's why I'm kind of speaking over my words and slurring a bit. So forgive me. Anyways, yeah, so I just feel like they made Tressa a producer plant because they really didn't have anybody for her to connect with like that. And Dietrich was really the only one, but they turned that, you know what I'm saying? They turned that outcome. So it just seemed like he was trying to force this relationship too, or force this connection. And she was just like, nah, bro, you're not assertive enough, because she likes a man's man. Like, a man who's gonna lead, who's gonna take charge. Like, I don't want to do all of the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, she said, listen, I understand, I make my own money. I take care of everything, but she was like, but if I'm having somebody come into my life, I want them to take some of the stressors off of me. And I totally get that. Like, don't come into my life and be an added stressor, because you're not benefiting my life in any way. Let's not be naive here. When you get into a relationship with somebody, yes, it's lovely, it's nice, it's beautiful, all that, but they have to take some of the load off on each part. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's you coming into my life has to benefit me, and vice versa. So it's like, listen, I'm a single parent. I got all this stuff that I'm dealing with. You know, I don't want you to be another part of the stuff that I deal with. You know, it's like, I don't think that that's fair. And people come in and do that. They will come into your life and paint this pretty picture and then turn out to be a fucking headache. Like, I've been through it. I've been trying to debate if I want to do a story time about the time that I was about to get married. But I don't know, y'all. Maybe later on in life. Let me get through therapy and then I'll make my decision. I want to actually read to you all what I wrote because I need to read this verbatim because I don't like what he did to her. He called her tough and that she makes him nervous. Don't put these masculine qualities on her just because she's not eating the shit you're giving her. Y'all, I get so sick of people putting these masculine qualities, or they'll frame it in a masculine way on women, especially Black women. We're already pinged as being masculine, you know what I'm saying? Having masculine qualities, having a masculine, vernacular, just being masculine altogether because of the weight that we carry every single day. And when he said, oh, she's tough, I instantly got pissed. I was like, so just because you can't handle a woman like Vernicia and she's not going to take the bullshit that you're peddling out, she's tough, basically trying to equate her to a man? Don't do that. Like, I would have him better said, you know what, we're just not compatible, we don't match, we're on two different frequencies, we're on whatever, but don't sit there and try to, peg her as she just came in there beating on her chest like the Hulk and was like, all right, you do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like you wild for that. And I don't like that. That's why I don't like Dietrich. I don't like him. And listen, it's tough being on the other side of that table, huh, bruh? Next, they are all at the ladies' lounge with nephew Tommy or Steve Harvey Jr. And it was cool how everybody basically had just bullet points of how everything went. Child, when I tell you Alexis is getting under Chrysanthemum's skin about Ron, it's hilarious. Like, she's just sitting there like, if looks could kill if looks could kill y'all, oh my God, Alexis be dead at the table because y'all, she was talking about, how the date went and how they, kissed and, and I'm his number one. Guys, I'm sick of this number one talk. But you could tell like Chrysanthemum is just pressed about this. And it's just like, girl, maybe you need to not be on this show because outside of Ron, who else are you connecting with? And the numbers are dwindling down. Now, I haven't been keeping like track of the numbers, but they eliminated 2 women the last episode. Why y'all ain't do it now? Because I feel like we need to even the playing field here. Don't have more men and less women. That may be my ignorance, but I just don't like how they're doing my ladies. I'm not a feminist in no way, but because I'm a woman, I'm a feel away. And I don't like that. Will Packer and Oprah. Anyways, so while nephew Tommy is talking to Alexis about Joel, she's talking about the date and she's just so smitten and he's just like, girl, you over there gushing, ain't you? He talk with his teeth. So and she's just so he was just so great and he's a southern gentleman, Y'all know how we get, ladies, when we really feeling somebody and you can't stop smiling and your cheeks just as plump and you radiate, And my auntie, she was hurt. She was like, I can't believe that nigga. I can't believe, she didn't say nigga, but she was just like, you know, I can't believe Joel would kiss her. You know, I thought we were connecting, and it's just like, damn, Joel, she's staying loyal to you. That's our problem though, ladies. We need to have 3-4 of them in the shelf. Anyway, child Kiara. Kiara was talking about the date, and child nephew Tommy is hilarious. He's just like, he paid for everything. I was like, yo, like, he's never gonna be able to live that down. And I don't know, I wonder how it's affecting his real life after this show. Like, is this really, I guess that's why he working so hard to redeem himself. But she was definitely saying there was some uncertainty there, and I'm just like screaming at the TV, and it's like, because he's just trying to redeem himself. Oh, lastly, Liz is just so smitten with Jason, and she's talking about it. And Kiara, she's, again, if looks could kill, because between Kiara and Chrysanthemum, oh my God, I think they were the most upset at the table this week. And I was like, oh my God, child. Liz was just like, Jason, she's so country. Jason, he is just, oh my goodness, he is just that Jason, you know? And I'm just like, oh, she's so sweet. I don't want you to like him because he doesn't like you for real. He just wants to get between your thighs, sis. Don't give it to him. Because that's one of them dudes that'll really fake a whole relationship just for you to get that thing up. And I don't like that. But when he's with Kiara, he's more interested in looking for a relationship. So it's like, stop it, Liz. Stop. I've been having a give whooping since I started these reviews, and that was just one review ago. Anyways, so the ladies basically say that Dietrich and AJ are at the bottom. Rightfully so. And I was hoping that they would just eliminate them both. But who am I? Kiara was really pressed about Amber talking about AJ, but it's like, listen, sis, you got the rose-colored glasses on right now because he's making the extra effort to redeem himself, right? He's going the extra mile because he wants to look better. This is ego game right now. So this really is not about you, especially after he opened up to you about not being hard to trust and stuff like that. It's like, girl, wake up, Kiara, wake up. Like, girl, I'm gonna need you not to be so interested because he's really just about redeeming himself right now. And it has nothing to do with the connection. Redemption in a relationship, yeah. Redemption while you're dating, move on. Judge Lynn Toller said it best. While you're in your 20s, you have the luxury to move on and cancel the next dude and get with the next dude. You don't have to wait. You don't have to sit there and wait on him to get it together. That's not what your life is about right now. Move on. Move on. Go to the next. And you see the next. See, I'm getting upset. You see my sleeve. Anyways, go to the next. Like, you can move on. Like, there's so many other guys out there that'll be willing to give you what it is that you're looking for, but you sitting here letting him redeem himself. No, you messed up first. Bye. So, elimination. Child. Oh my God. As far as Dietrich being eliminated, it was a little anticlimactic because I know I would have been acting a fool. I would have been, child, we don't know no more, honey. But I guess, you put Tressa down here last week, so I guess you coming to join her. Like, I'm not right, so don't worry about me. Anyways, Alexis was so animated when she was talking to AJ. First of all, before I get there, Now, y'all remember Alexis and AJ's first date, right? And how sexual she was talking. She was just talking. Now, all of a sudden, he want to touch on her. He want to hug her, get her all close. He want to, you know, he got her. Like, what are you doing? Leave that woman alone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. She's already found her match. And the fact that now you have no connection with nobody in real life, like on this show, now you're trying to reel her back in so you can stay on this show. Just go on. Take your L, bruh. Even though you didn't get eliminated, but you should have. Like, you're a problem, AJ. You're a problem. And I don't like it. So anyways, when I was watching him and how he was touching her hands and, you know, then he got her all cuffed in, you know, spooning basically. I'm like, where was all this energy before? He playing games. But Kiara was basically, she was slow talking Dietrich when she was eliminating him so he could brace himself, you know. The way, I like the way Derek, the preacher, pastor, deacon guy, I like the way he eliminates because he's just so, you know, godly. He has a little sermon in there every time so you can walk away with your confidence. But Kiara basically told Dietrich, like, you're not ready to love. Y'all, that's it for my review. I didn't know that, that it was going to be off for a week. So, but I'm so glad that my video still did numbers, guys, because me being new to YouTube, I don't see numbers like that often. Like, the most that I'll get on a view on a video is like 20 likes, 20 views, stuff like that. So the way that y'all showed up, y'all, I'm not about to cry, but I am extremely grateful for you all. I'm so happy. It motivates me to want to do it. So I want to do more reviews. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think I should be reviewing, because this is the only show I review right now because I really like it. Y'all let me know down below if you made it this far. Let me know what you like to see, because I want to be able to produce y'all with more content that y'all can listen to. Okay, give y'all some variety. And I already vlog. I love vlogging. I'm never gonna stop vlogging. I don't care how many views I get on that because I just love it. So I like editing. I've been editing since I was a kid, but now I don't have the right equipment to edit. So editing from my phone, it still gives me joy. So I would love to further move on and do that. I actually have a vacation vlog that I'm about to upload. So y'all let me know. Okay, let me know. Again, subscribe, guys. Subscribe so that y'all can still get content like this. I value your input. I value your view. I value your like and your comment. So please, please, please do that for me. I thank you so much. God bless you. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace out.